all, and welcome to the Dr. Jane Mackenzie on a Thursday, where we talk about leading edge and breakthrough nutrients and protocols. Today we've got an interesting selection of products. I'm extending the Valentine's February specials, but in particular I was at one of the health stores this morning, and we were talking about environmental toxins in the food, the air, the water, and nuclear toxins, and a whole lot of different kind of toxins. And I said, well, I have the two great products for this, one being Zeolite, paramagnetic rock dust, and the other one being All Clear Environmental Detox. So the All Clear Environmental Detox and the Zeolite have been with me just about from the beginning, from inception. And I specifically made the All Clear Environmental Detox to enable those people who lived in areas where there was intensive pesticide, insecticide spraying. For example, in some areas where people live, the spraying goes on until 4 o'clock in the morning. So I had that in mind. I had the halogens in mind. I had the aspartame in mind. I had heavy metals in mind, and nuclear material, etc. And so then I designed that one. I'm very proud of this product, by the way. We're going to be talking in depth about it. I'm going to show you the nutrients inside it and why and how I put it together, and more on the zeolite. But also we've added to the sale items for February. So I'll be talking about also, again, the infrared foot soak that we have, which is also magnetic. And then we've got a new 4 mineral salt soak, which I'm quite pleased to tell you about that one. And earthing mats and wrist pads, earthing pendants, infrared light saunas, the brain fuel from last week. Those are both on special. I'll mention them again. And start your own business in a box. That I'll speak to you about. And then also have a look at the hand, foot, and limb soak that we have. And we also actually have had for a while, but it not really put it out there, the boron Epsom salt soak. So we've got 4 foot soaks that we'll be talking about. So yeah, with that, let's really talk just generally about toxins. And I will move on to the individual products in a moment. So I've been reading, and many scientific studies and case studies have been saying to us that we're exposed to at least 700,000 toxins on a daily basis. That is a huge amount, a lot of work for the liver. And you can bet your bottom dollar that when people come in here and the liver's blocked, the gallbladder's blocked, there will definitely be heavy metals. There will definitely be parasites. There will definitely be bromine, fluorine, chlorine in their bodies, vaccinations, all of those things will definitely be in the body. Once we've cleaned the liver and helped it, we can then start detoxifying the body. The body will naturally detoxify, should I say. Some products I think should be taken every day, and the zeolite is definitely one of them. And if you're living in an area where there's lots of spraying and chemicals, industrial pollution, if you're working in a business where you're dealing with paint or photographic equipment, chemicals of any nature, furniture stripping, furniture varnishing, then you should on a daily basis take the All Clear Environmental Detox, a capsule in the morning and the evening. It's really, really a fundamentally fantastic product. So I'm going to speak to you a lot about that. Anyway, the people were very, very excited in the health store, and needless to say, we'll be selling it. So that's great. Let's have a look then at the slides that I've put together, and then we can go through these. So just remember, last week we talked about unconditional love and the love essence of cacao, anandamide, which is very, very similar to oxytocin. And when you eat raw cacao, not cocoa, then that anandamide will get released, which gives you that feeling of bonding. And that's why chocolate is so synonymous with Valentine's Day. Anyway, we've got it on special now, our brain fuel. And just to remind you, it's got over 30 nutrients medicinal mushrooms, algae, schizandra berry for liver, cat's claw for parasites, kelp, and 30 other nutrients in a cacao base with hemp seed protein, maca powder. So it's really a high protein, high energy, mineral, vitamin, phytosterol smoothie boost that we put into our smoothies on their own, and we also fold it into the Budwick mixture. The Budwick mixture, that's Joanna Budwick. We've talked about that many times, those of you who are new, and welcome. If you go back to my last 2 or 3 or 4 recordings from the last Thursdays, you will hear all about the Budwick mixture and the recipes there. And well, those of you who are on it, I'm sure, are positively addicted to it because it's just beautiful. And this brain fuel, the same, similarly, our stress defense shield. So that's also on a special. And I've added some other specials, which I'm going to go through with you now. So there's the brain fuel. And there are infrared saunas. These are very, very special infrared light saunas. 14 microns. There are not too many of these saunas in South Africa, and I have 2, and they see 2 people. So the special is here. You pay your $349, which is the normal price. 2 people can go in any event, and you actually get the second one free as well. So avail yourself to this. We've been having lots of people in and out coming through for these saunas. It is really, really healing. It is really amazing. The infrared, far and near, light frequencies enter 4 centimeters into your body and just detoxify you and give you that zing that you're looking for. So everything when I talk is about zing. It's about life force. That's what I'm bringing to you. I'm bringing to the world, and that is what we're doing here. The food state nutrients from 365 Healthy by Choice are in the quantum state, exactly as nature intended. The DNA is intact. The intelligence of the plant is intact. And it works physically, neurologically, emotionally, and spiritually because it hasn't been tampered with. And that's my hallmark. Almost Gold is the flagship because we not only do we make the Almost Gold alchemically, but the products that I get, all with a certificate of analysis, have got natural almost in them as well. So that high frequency nutrient, you can't get higher than that. There's nothing actually really close to it. In fact, those of you who want to know more about almost, go to the YouTube channel, put almost in the search bar on my channel, and you can read all you want on Almost Gold. That's not the topic for today, but I was just really saying that whatever we do is very high frequency. Our oxygen drips in our CCC, chronic disease clinic, very high frequency, those oxygen drips. You can physically see a face transform, a body, in 2 to 3 hours. People get carried in and they walk out, literally. So, you know me. My name, I think, is also synonymous with life force. And other than that, that is the highest nutrient for the body. We're a battery. We've got to bring it in through the charge of the food that we eat, the thoughts that we have, release the emotions that we don't want. And that's when we use our holistic ancestral orientation, emotional release. And then we follow my Whoile process, holistic integrated epigenetic life orientation. So I've managed to put it all together, my life's work, and you happen to be listening. And thank you very much. Okay, so let's move on from there. And I just want to remind you about our foldable foot tub. We've actually got 2. One is an infrared light one, and the other one is a plain basic foot soak, same size. The basic one has got the foot rollers. And here, this one is particularly fabulous because at the end of the day, when you just want to relax and revitalize, the foot tub, foot spa, call it what you need to, will revitalize you regardless of what you put in there. I'm going to show you our foot soaks. 2 of them are new, and you will see there it's a saving of almost 25%. Was 1250 rands, and now 999 Rand. So there's all sorts of things. Magnetic therapy, it's heated, it's gorgeous. And then here, let's have a look at the foot soaks. So we've got our Zeolite, which I'm going to talk to you about. Paramagnetic rock. It's double activated. And if you take it orally, there's 30 servings. If you're using it in the foot soak, well, you've got 140 grams there to play with. Our Zeolite is 3 to 4 times more powerful than anything else on the market, because I've looked at what's on the market. I've looked at the dosages. And ours is a 1 teaspoon a day. Some of the others, you've got to take a tablespoon in order to get some sort of kick out of the Zeolite. So it's really flat. And but ours is very, 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 very powerful. Double activated means that the octagon ring, the 4 tetrahedral ring, is cleared twice. So that means from a magnetic attraction point of view, it's going to attract even more and take more out of your body. That's why you can't take a tablespoon of the 365 Healthy by Choice Zeolite. Please do not. Please do not think that these doses are the same as anything else on the market. They're not. So what you're getting, and price-wise, you're getting much more than you're getting 30 servings, much more than the 20 servings on the market, just to say. So we know that one, and that one's going to draw out magnetically the toxins. While you're sitting in your foot soak tub, your feet are in there, bubbles and everything, you can add your Zeolite. So to the foot soak, I would add half a cup of Zeolite. Then we've got our new 4 mineral soak. It's citrus based, which has got the grapefruit and the neroli essential oils in it. It is absolutely marvelous from a sensory point of view, the smell, and from a detox and relaxation point of view. So I would do one of these every night. I think it's just amazing. And we've got the Epsom salt, we've got the general normal Himalayan mineral salts, we've got MSM in here, and really, really is amazing. So that one is a definite. Then we've got, just to remind you, I'm trying to get the smaller, we've got the Cell Vitality and the DMSO. Just trying to get it a bit smaller. So the Cell Vitality, the oxygen, and the DMSO. Here, what you would do in the foot soak is you would put 20 drops of each of the Cell Vitality. You would activate them first. And there is our borax Epsom salt bath. That's a fantastic foot soak. It will also bring out and detox you from heavy metals and parasites. And all of these will make your feet feel amazing. If there are hard calluses and everything, they're going to soften all of that. And it's a good idea to get that hard skin off. So we've really got a lovely array now of products. Definitely don't put them all together. That's not going to work. In other words, the Zeolite is not going to work with the DMSO. That's not going to happen. All right, so let me just bring the slideshow in again. There it is. Now I'm going to move to the Zeolite itself. And by the way, for those of you who are interested, I do have a whole presentation on Zeolite. As I've said to you, the 8 signifies the octagon, the double, the 4 tetrahedrons in the spatial arrangement. I'm not going to open too much because then I can't close it again. What does paramagnetic rock mean? In South Africa and other countries, when you drive along in the countryside, you get a lot of rock lying there. And in South Africa particularly, it's paramagnetic rock. What does that mean? Or if you've been to a sacred site, you take your cell phone with the compass, and the needle is pointing to north. As you get closer to the paramagnetic rock, you lose the Earth attraction, and you become connected to the cosmic energy. So the paramagnetic, this zeolite is critical for a lot of things, in particular connection with cosmic energy, and for detoxification, for protection against radiation, EMF. Highly important. That's why we should be taking it every day. You'll see just now, I'll talk about the earthing pendants and the earthing mat and wrist pad, but this goes with it. So imagine even you detoxifying. In your foot soak, remember that a lot of the toxins concentrate in the calf muscle and below. Often people get cramps there. It's not always because you're mineral deficient. It's because there are toxins there. The minute you start detoxifying, funny enough, the cramps go. So in the detox, of course, you're right there at the calf, and the zeolite will draw out the toxins immediately. There's another thing you can do if you're finding you're getting cramps in your calf, is to sit with your feet, both feet up above your heart and your head. So like against the wall, you can put your legs up against the wall and then, be there for about 15, 20 minutes and let the toxins that have accumulated in the day in the calves run back to the liver to give the liver a second chance to detoxify them. So that you can do, but you can do the foot soak too. So you wouldn't really do both because the foot soak will be drawing it all out. So this is one of our absolute faves, and it's got 30 servings in it if you're taking it orally, and 1 teaspoon a day if you're going to do the foot soak, half a cup. So you don't need a fancy foot soak, but it's always nice to have one. You can use any bucket that you have at home, basin, whatever you have. Okay, I don't mind, but do it. All right, and here's this is my fave. Okay, it really doesn't like it if I expand it today. Anyhow, this is the all Clear Enviro-Detox. Heavy metals, we know what those are: lead, mercury, thallium, cadmium, all of those heavy metals. There's many of them. Halogens, that will be your bromine, your fluorine, your chlorine. And those three are in the same line in the periodic table as iodine. Very interesting. Iodine is the good one, but remember, some people are highly sensitive to it because it detoxes in a flash. So people think they're allergic to it. No, they're not. You need to just start with a very few grains, and get your body sensitized. Our bodies have got iodine anyway. Food has got iodine in it anyway. So it's just that it's concentrated in things like kelp, in things like shellfish, seafood, because the ocean is so mineral rich that the iodine is really high concentrations. That's why people will react. So I'm saying to you, this is the reason. Chlorella does the same thing. If you take too much chlorella, you can vomit because it works so quickly. It grabs those toxins and they come out. So with the halogens, and you'll see in my list of ingredients here, the chlorella and the iodine. The chlorella splits the halogen off the receptor site, the bromine, fluorine, and chlorine, and the iodine comes and binds, and it binds tightly. So these floating halogens can't come and rebind. They have to get out. And if you're taking a potentiated group of products, there will no doubt be oxygen in there, and the oxygen will pulverize them straight away. DMSO will pulverize them. Not always totally necessary, because the chlorella, the chlorella splits it off, the iodine binds, and out it comes. So that's halogens. They're in our water and in our air, I would say. Insecticides, pesticides, we all know about that. So this array of nutrients that I've put together will bind all of this and bring it out. Radiation itself, similarly to the zeolite, chlorella will protect against radiation, and so will schizandra berry. Fabulous. So we've got radiation sorted out, we've got halogen sorted out, heavy metals sorted out, and EMF and radiation are the same. Things like aspartame, NutriSweet, many of the modern day man-made toxins, those 700,000, will be bound and carried out. We're using andrographis, which is known for its massive detoxification ability. Remember, these natural herbs in the quantum state, food state, plant-based forms will do no harm to the body. They will literally lift out what needs to come out. The oxygen lifts out what needs to come out. The DMS are the same. So nothing that we're putting into the body is doing any harm. In fact, it's moving the harmful things out. Okay, so nothing is... Now, it leaves the normal cells, it leaves the normal tissue alone completely, so that there can be cellular and tissue repair and the immune system can boost. So these have all got an array of things like cat's claw, sarsaparilla. They will deal with parasites as well, because parasites and heavy metals go together. It's chicken and egg. The one attracts the other one. So those are amazing. Turmeric, well, that's anti-inflammatory, as we know, but it's also got to do with detoxification. That's part of how its anti-inflammatory effect works. It's because it detoxifies us. Triphala, well, those are the 3 fruit salts and enzymes, and these are incredible. And enzymes are always very important to help detoxify, help the body detoxify, because often there's an enzymatic process that occurs for the detoxification. Also loaded with vitamin C. So is turmeric. It's an antioxidant. So they're coming in to mop up. MSM, lovely, because often when there's severe environmental toxification, there's pain. So pain and inflammation, MSM is awesome. We would also use the oxygen and the DMSO, of course, but MSM is just wonderful. And then we've also put the citrus bioflavonoids in. So they're going to also work as antioxidants. So we're coming in with, herbal and antioxidant formula here, with also the enzymes from the triphala, the 3 fruit enzymes. So that's just amazing. The product's available in 60s and 120s. The 120s are $9.50, the 60s are $5.50. So obviously it's more economical to buy the larger one, especially if it's a family. But honestly, we get a lot of clients that live in areas where they're spraying. And this works perfectly with our detoxification programs. So just wanted to really highlight this one. Then, talking about radiation, as I mentioned a bit earlier, you'll be doing your zeolite orally, you'll be taking your all clear detox, environmental detox, you'll be wearing your pendant. And these are, you don't even know you're wearing them. It's made of a natural brown resin. And it's got a lifelong life, because you can swim in the sea with it. You can even drop it. I mean, I wouldn't throw it on the ground, but they don't break or crack. Nobody's ever returned one of these. So these ones will be modifying the electromagnetic frequencies. And there are many of them. So there's a 24-hour protection here. You don't have to wear it around your neck. You can put it in your pocket. And these are also, there's a nice, also 25% saving here. There were 1,650 rands and they're now 1,305. So I would suggest get yourself organized. The earthing mats, it's a no-brainer. There's a wrist strap that goes with it. It's 2-in-1. So for the prices here, it's just a giveaway. I mean, the small one, the mat and the wrist pad and the extension cords and the splitter cables, for $810 inclusive, is just a steal at the moment. And these are all ending end of February, because they've actually been available December, January, and February now. So if you haven't got yours, I suggest you get it. Otherwise, you'll be paying a bit more. But these ones, you can measure with a voltmeter. So you put your mats out. I've got mine here. It's always here. And it's connected by the earth part of the plug to the earth of the building. All right, so it's basically Sherman's resonance. So if I hold a voltmeter, the needle will swing. The minute I put my one little finger on the earthing mat, the voltmeter goes to naught and it stays there. That means I've built up a field around me. Also, we're warding off electromagnetic frequencies, radiation. So I'm in a protection bubble. Why do we want to protect ourselves from radiation? Because it damages the DNA. It reduces our immunity. It makes us sick. Okay. Similarly, your bed at home, when you've got the two plugs on either side and the electric field running behind your head all night, creating an arc 1.5 meters, which you're sleeping in, all your organs are now bathed in electromagnetic frequencies night after night, unless you've got an earthing mat in your bed, of course, and unless you've got one of the pendants. That whole line needs to be switched off at your board when you sleep every night. Because otherwise, as I said, you're setting yourself up for genetic disorders, which is dis-ease. So we can help all of this, is what I'm really saying. We can help it all, and we can maintain our life force, our thinking clearly, our living productively in all areas of our lives. That's what we want to do. We want to live this life, live it, as opposed to plod along in a bit of brain fog and extra weight and heavy boned and crystallized. We want to have a nice balance between levity and gravity. All right, that's what we want to do. And the products that I have do this naturally. All right, and then you're going to get your happiness and your harmony. But it's transient. It's not there. Once you got it, it can go, because the next level of resistance balancing that we need to do happens. I've talked a lot about that. You can have a look in other recordings. This one in particular, I had a lot of fun last night, actually. I've got 3 new practitioners that have just bought these beautiful devices. And I won't make it too big, but they're gold. They're gorgeous. And along with the package, you get, obviously, the Q450 device. You get my manual, which I put together, and how I work with the device. You get a box of 5 or 6 nutrients. You get 3 hours of live and recorded training. 1 hour is with me. You are the case study. I will assess you and write out what you need. You will then go and take the products, and in 2 to 3 to 4 weeks, you are already the walking case study. You've already got your business going. In fact, in 1 month, you should be able to pay the machine off and earn on the products. So it's a no-brainer. Absolutely scalable. There's the product brochure, which I was telling you I had a lot of fun, and that gives you the product orientation. So I actually went through my own brochure again, which I put together years and years and years ago, and reminded myself it was interesting about iodine, about macunapurians, that's got the precursors for the neurotransmitters, and so I really had a lot of fun refreshing myself on the beautiful products that we have. And I visit various health stores around the country, even around the world. I don't know one range that has a food state, plant-based, quantum state, whole food range toolkit that's a plug and play, that you can do an assessment, see the risk factor areas, suggest some products, person goes and gets better, you come back, you remeasure, and voila. I mean, there was a lady today moaning. She's been moaning the whole month, but she's been taking her box of 5 products. This is not the practitioners, by the way. This is a client. Moaning and moaning and moaning and moaning and moaning. So she came today for a holistic ancestral orientation. Sometimes when we've done all the physical cleansing, we need to still lift the handbrake. We need to do a house session, holistic ancestral orientation. She came for that. So she was moaning. So I said to her, okay, let's have a look on the quantum device and see what you've achieved. Well, I fell flat on my back. Nearly everything in the green. So I said to her, what are you moaning about? I said, this is jubilation. This is rejoicing. I said, look what you've achieved. Yes, but there's a bit in my lung. There was a minute amount of something in the lung, which is a bit of sadness. I said to you, no, this has been 3 weeks and you've achieved this. Yeah, but. I said to her, that's your old construct. I said, start changing your language. Start stepping forward and following your path now. I said, you've done amazingly well. And it's not only her, it's everybody who comes who does well. But she in particular is so stuck in the old patterns, the old constructs. I can't, I'm this, I'm that, it doesn't work for me, my skin this, my whatever that. And, you know, I'm there to guide. And I'm there to guide and coach. And we then did the holistic ancestral orientation because she was really bogged down with fear. Released all of that. She did the self-transformation, went through the quantum collapse, walked out shining, walked out more human than she'd come in, with way more life force. We'd excited the electrons. We'd got the chi, the prana circulating. That was, I think, a massive achievement and good to her. Good luck. You know, she's done well. And I really celebrate her and honor her contribution to holistic health and well-being. She did amazingly. Anyway, you can also do this. All right. You do need anatomy and physiology because there's going to be some things like the heart valve, for example, or an enzyme. But there's always, you know, medical platforms that you can go and Google this and self-teach. And I would just say get onto it because something like this is so valuable to your family, your extended family, your friends, your colleagues at work. Someone in a corporate needs one of these because if people are not feeling well, in 1 minute, you can get 450 readings. And the risk factors are there and they're also ranked. You cannot make a mistake. And then you plug and play with the 365 Healthy by Choice range, knowing that you're doing no harm, knowing that that person's going to self-improve. They did it. So, you know, I mean, I can go on and on about this, but this is on sale until end of the month. It's also been December, January, and February. So I really urge you, these new ones are fantastic. There's upgradable software. And, you know, in terms of raising your own awareness, a lot of people want to really help others as well. Once they're healed, you know, it's very exciting because how can I help others? There's so many people at my church that are not well. There's so many people in my company that are not well, etc., etc. When I showed this to the World Health Organization, when they came for one of the health innovation conferences one year, the doctor there said there should be one of these devices in every ICU, never mind the wards, because you get immediate cholesterol, immediate blood sugar. You don't have to wait for the results to come back. Immediately you can see the blood thickness. Anyway, that's the medical side. But this is really, really, really great. If you are a practitioner, then you get a practitioner's coupon code as well. So then you buy for your practice. So really have a look at that. And this is the website, 365 Healthy by Choice shop.com. So this is what we've got now up to the end of February on sale. And of course, there's lots of products on sale as well. But I've put this together really to have a look at. I'm wanting to bring the infrared in, the EMF, that brain fuel very, very importantly, and the zeolite and the all clear, because I think these products need, visibility. They're there. And instead of battling, something that's just occurred to me as well is a lot of people are wanting to get graphene out of their blood. We see it on the microscope. So we have that whole package. We have the zeolite, the nattokinase, the glutathione, and the bromelain. Those 4 would go with the rest of our protocols. I've got clients, I've got case studies, the blood clears. So I just wanted to end with that. If there's any questions or anything you want to know, jot it down now, or otherwise send me a message on the WhatsApp. Awesome. Lovely having you. See you soon next week. And if you've got topics that you want me to address, I would love to hear, because I sort of get the idea in the ether. It just comes to me, right, we're doing this today. Like, for example, this morning when we were talking about the zeolite and the all clear. So, that's your all clear and that's your zeolite-detox. Okay, have a great detox week, and watch out for those toxins, and see you next time.